Well, a former Toronto City Councilor wants to be the city's next mayor. Rob Davis earned in the newly amalgamated City of Toronto. That was back in the 90s, and Rob Davis joins us now live here on CP24. It's been a while since you've been on CP24. Rob, good to have you here.
It has been. It's good to be. It's like coming home again.
I'm sure it is. So let's talk about it. You want to go home again and go back to City Hall, where you spent quite a few years when Mel Lastman was mayor. So this is going back several mayors since. What is it now that's drawing you back in? Why would you like to go A, back to council, and B, not only go back, but try to lead the city?
Well, I think there's a bit of a malaise in the city. People are concerned about decisions that council has made that are negatively impacting them. If you'll pardon, I brought a prop here. Council made a decision last year to change the name of Dundas and 59 other, possibly 59 other streets at a $21 million cost. And it occurred to me while that debate was happening and while I was in my home by the fireside, thinking, they shut down a warming center. They're concerned about the name of Dundas Street, but nobody was expressing concern for homeless people who actually live on Dundas Street. And I thought, that was an example of how council sort of lost its way. Today is the deadline, for instance, to file your documents for the vacant home tax. And Toronto has a lot of problems. I know. Dundas is not one of them. The vacant home tax isn't going to work. It's not going to provide one apartment for a homeless person. It's not going to bring in any money because there are too many loopholes in the system. It is going to collect a lot of private data on people, and I just think that's the wrong direction. And so I'm very decisive. I'm running on April 3rd. I'm going to be the first person in line to submit my nomination papers.
So I hear what you're saying on this. What are your actual priorities, though, in terms of, it sounds to me like you think the city needs a reset in a way.
Yeah. So I would say, from what I've heard from people, they want a safer, cleaner, kinder city, and they want to see a city of Toronto that's better for all. And I would say that would be the overarching theme of my campaign. We have to get back to some of the basic services that people have come to expect. One of the things that I'm most proud of back in the day, I introduced Canada's first ever gun buyback program. It's a policy that was adopted by the City of Toronto, and over the course of some 20-odd years, we've collected over 10,000 guns from the streets of Toronto. So I have a track record of improving safety in the community. I'm known as a fiscal conservative. I'm a little bit tight with the dollar, and I'm tough on crime as well as being smart on crime. As the former vice chairman of the Toronto Transit Commission, I want to make sure that we, if you will, stop the bleeding, make it safe again, and bring back riders. I know how to do that. I have a tremendous amount of experience, and I'm decisive. And I think those are the qualities that people need in a new mayor.
A lot of people have talked about the city budget that was passed just a week ago before outgoing Mayor John Tory left. Do you have concerns and qualms about some of the spending in that budget, i.e. the $48 million additionally for the Toronto Police Service, or the spending on the TTC, even though cuts are coming as well? Those are two things that we're getting a whole lot of attention.
Well, I would recalibrate the budget. I mean, look, the budget is passed, the bylaws passed. There's nothing we can do about that. We're now actually waiting for the provincial and federal budgets to pass to see what they're going to do, what partnerships they're going to offer to the City of Toronto. I would take a zero budget approach. I would look at absolutely, through a fine-tooth comb, look at absolutely every expenditure, every service, make sure that taxpayers are getting value for money. I can tell you one thing, $21 million to change the name of Dundas Street and 59 other streets is not a priority. Not a priority. And I'm going to make sure that we follow the priorities of the residents of Toronto.
Rob Davis, officially a mayoral candidate.
Absolutely.
And we'll look forward to talking to you more throughout the campaign. Thanks for the time this morning, or this afternoon, indeed. Thanks so much.